Jason Newsted, a former Metallica bassist, recently spoke about leaving the band. He disclosed the primary cause of his departure from the band during the interview. Since the band's creation in 1981, Metallica's bass position has seen a number of changes. Ron McGovney was the band's first bassist, but in 1982 Cliff Burton took his position. After Cliff Burton's unfortunate death in a bus accident, Jason Newsted later joined the group. Jason Newsted produced enormous works for Metallica over the course of his 15-year career, which spanned 1986 to 2001. Assisting on the group's 4 studio albums starting from, Newsted appeared in 11 albums, including compilation and live albums, from the band's Justice for All until 1997's Reload. As a member of Metallica, he was also admitted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2009. Back in the day, Jason Newsted's departure from Metallica was caused by his suggestion that the band take a year off to concentrate on his side project, echobrain. As a result of the other band members rejecting his suggestions, Newsted became enraged and decided to leave the group. Jason Newsted went into length about leaving Metallica in his most recent interview. Jason began by mentioning the late bassist Cliff Burton of the group. Cliff was the band's tutor, according to Newsted, who also highlighted how mentally unstable Metallica was. When they lost Cliff, they were under tremendous emotional pressure. He was their instructor, their go-to guy, the man. It was quite significant. Jason joined Metallica when he was just 23 years old. Jason said it was crazy amazing to be in the band, but he also acknowledged that it was difficult. I went from landscaping, raking pebbles, and picking up cactus needles in the Arizona desert in 110-degree heat, to traveling Japan 2 weeks later. That is insane for anyone, I say. At the time, Metallica fans and members alike experienced irritation and disappointment as a result of Newsted's resignation from the band. He claimed that his decision to leave the band was motivated by one basic and real factor. The unquestionable is still that if I didn't leave, I would have died. It's like a weird, empty emptiness that most likely won't ever be fully filled. It was a just awful, lonesome feeling. Why did you screw yourself up so badly, I said. The reason why? But I also had to consider the fact that if you hadn't done it, you wouldn't be breathing right now. Newsted also recalled the day he informed the Metallica members that he would require more than 8 months to recuperate from his neck injury. Other Metallica members didn't want to do it. For some reason they weren't willing to do it. Jason Newsted had previously spoken publicly about leaving Metallica back in August. Newsted cited monotonous as one of the issues in Metallica that made him want to leave the group. I went in a completely different way once the tour was over and we had some cash to count and some bass to rest. I enjoyed performing the songs, and I can summon all of my might to perform them for the audience while giving it my best, but after hearing Enter Sandman 3,000 times in a specific number of days, it wears you out. I constantly work on dozens of new songs with all kinds of varied instrumentation. And if I had to stay on one for too long now, I would freak out. We must continue, boys. It will be 45 minutes. Let's continue. I'm ready to perform once more and all that, but I'm unable to do so right now. I can't just perform in that Broadway production where everything is the same. And I believe that my ability to control and harness the equilibrium was what gave me the upper hand. Responding to Jason Newsted's departure from Metallica, Lars gave his opinion in an interview. Jason is the only Metallica member to have ever quit the band voluntarily, and that fact alone is a statistic. James and I harbored animosity, and it was just so. No, you can't. Only if we wish you to do so may you depart. Additionally, we lacked the tools necessary to fully investigate his reasons for leaving at the time. Naturally, looking back 20 years later, it all makes sense. We compose the music. The choices are made by us. We handle everything. In this band, you have no creative outlet. You lack an original voice. Then we get angry with you when you do something that makes you happy and allows you to express yourself to the rest of the world. Then you leave the band as a result of your bitterness. That's kind of psychiatry 101 right there, I guess. However, we lack the necessary tools to view that aspect. Jason Newsted was replaced by Robert Trujillo, the group's current bassist, in 2001. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe this channel.